Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are, as you probably saw from the title, looking at my makeup must-haves, and honestly, if I lost all my makeup, what would I rush out to get and what I think are the essential items in your collection. And this is the final review. And yes, I did dye my hair. It is now red. I love this. I love dyeing my hair, honestly. I just think it's so fun and I'm just trying to experiment it while I'm still at uni. I think it's a perfect time in life where you just do all the things you wanted to do on your bucket list. Yes, so having red hair was always something I wanted to do, and I actually did dye like the tips. It just doesn't look that red on the lighting right now. Maybe as the sun sets it'll get better, or when the sun like rises. I don't know, but yeah, I am loving it. This is super bright, but I kind of like it. I think it suits and brings out the warmth in my skin. It just matches. But anyway, let's talk back about the makeup. This is the full face of everything that I will be talking about later today, and this video was inspired by my trip when I was in China. So this is my travel makeup bag. You guys would have seen this in the past. I have made a video before getting ready, and on my way to Sydney, like back from China, I was actually doing my makeup because, fun fact, I was going to go to uni straight after my flight because I had a class, and unfortunately my flight was delayed for 3 hours, so I missed that class. But I still did my makeup because I didn't know if I was going to make it just in time. I didn't. And I was putting on my makeup and I realized, when we're traveling, these are the most, what is it called, compact items, and they are the products that we think are the most necessary. And you don't see us bring like 20 lipsticks or like 10 blushes, right? It's just too much. The over-consumerism really hit me at that time. I was like, wow, I have way too many products. I don't need all of them, and if I really cut down, what do I have? So this product recommendation list really just was inspired by what I took with me traveling, because that guaranteed full face makeup, and I looked, in my opinion, quite nice. I didn't look like particularly shabby or I looked like I was missing parts of my routine. No, I looked absolutely fine, and it made me think, okay, what do you actually really need? So yeah, I hope you guys find this video useful, and let's get to it. Okay, so now we are barefaced and we're going to put on some makeup together, and the first product I want to say I would run out and get is a really good setting spray, not a primer, because I do believe if you prep your skin earlier with skincare like some moisturizer and serums or sunscreen, you are good to go. You don't need an extra step for priming. But I do love using a setting spray as a priming spray because setting sprays kind of control the oils and just make the makeup sit nicer, I feel. And I absolutely cannot get enough of the MAC Fix Plus. I do think this is the best setting like spray on the market. Out all the ones I use, this is the one I use the most, and I already have backups. That is how amazing it is, and I love using it before just anything. It makes my makeup just sit nicer on the skin, and I cannot recommend this enough. So we're going to do a few spritz of some setting spray. So we really coated the skin and we're just going to let it sit for a while. Another thing about makeup is that sometimes no matter what products you use, the most important thing is actually to let it sit and give it time for it to, do its thing. You can't just pile it on. That way it will peel and just go everywhere. Now I am going to use a concealer and then a foundation. I know technically you can just use a concealer or just a foundation if you're just starting out with your makeup. You don't need both, but I do want to use both categories and also give some suggestions because I just like having my base being extra pampered with. For concealer, I have two recommendations that I absolutely love, and if I lost all my makeup or I have to restart, these are the two I would absolutely run for. They are both from K-Beauty. This one's from the saem. This is the Tip Concealer, and I have this in the shade 1.5, and the other one is the Luna, also called Tip Concealer. These two concealers are absolutely phenomenal, and they are on the more affordable range. This one from the saem is a lot more cheaper just because there's less product in it, but both are super high coverage. They just sit on the skin really nicely. Sometimes you don't even need to set it and it looks absolutely flawless. Just great at brightening, at covering. It's just everything I want in a concealer, and it lasts all day without creasing. I I cannot recommend these two enough. Either one will make you super happy. I definitely recommend you guys trying it out sometime or the other if it matches your skin shades. This is the one I actually brought overseas with me in China to use because I thought it was super compact and it just fit perfectly in my makeup bag, and I will be applying this today. So if you have been watching me for a while, you will know I love applying concealer before my foundation because I feel like it just adds the coverage I want. So what we're going to do today is just dot some concealer on areas where I have, you know, a lot of issues and redness. My skin isn't looking too amazing lately because number one, exams. Number two, I just came back from a trip and jet lag and all that jazz. And just post travel blues. I feel like I always get so sad after I come back from holidays because I miss that chill life so much. But we're going to just dot it all over the skin and we're going to use a sponge. Any sponge will do. I do like this one, that being said, but not necessary to spend like $35 on a sponge. You also do not need to blend it in super neatly, just because that way the coverage maintains. And we're going to do a layer of foundation over this to flatten everything out anyway. So this one, just a very rough blending, so you still have a lot of coverage. You can see now most of the redness has been covered. Even though it looks a bit splotchy, that's something that can be fixed later. Next, I want to talk about foundation. I do love me a very good cushion, and these are the two I would run out and get. Specifically the jungsaemool. This is one of the best cushion foundations I have ever used. This is the Essential Skin Nuder Cushion in the shade medium. It has SPF 50+, and it is one of those foundations where it feels like it is your skin but better, but it actually provides coverage. It is an amazing formula, lasts all day. Again, you don't even need to set it sometimes with powder. It just looks so good. There is something amazing about this, and I would definitely repurchase this over and over again. It is, again, on the pricier side. I think it's almost around $40-50 AUD, but during sale season, this one is so worth it. The best cushion. I love it. And I would say I really like the Amuse Jelly Dew cushion as well. That one was really good, but that one doesn't have much coverage. The Hero cushion is also really nice, but I just keep on going back to this one. Something about it, just, it's so good, but the shade range kind of sucks. I use the shade medium, which is kind of crazy because I use like a light shade. That's my little rant. This one's really good, but if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, this one from Roman is also super good. This one also high coverage, sits on the skin really nicely, and I think it's like half the price of that one. This one's also really nice. But if you do want to splurge and just want your makeup game to be super amazing and guaranteed A+, this is one I would go for. And that's is the one I'm going to apply. It's just a very classic cushion. You just, you know, take some, and I do like to use the mixing pad they give on the lid just to make sure everything is blended on the puff. And we're just going to pat it in. I don't think it's super obvious on the camera right now, especially with the sunlight being so bad, but if I just go in a little bit closer, especially around my nose area, I know the redness of the pimple here still peeks through, but if you look at the pores and the texture, it's a lot smoother around my nose, and it just looks a lot more flawless and even. And this is the base complete. Now, you might think this is not enough coverage, but this is actually what I love to opt for because I like to show some skin imperfections. It makes it look more natural, and the makeup just actually looks better in my opinion. I don't need it to be super full coverage, but if you do want to go in with some extra coverage, maybe like I say under the eyes, feel free to go in with another layer of concealer. And what I love about these products that I mentioned is that you can really play around with the order. So I put concealer underneath this, looks great over it, but right now if you put on more concealer over the foundation, it will still look really nice. It just sits well. The concealers that I'm recommending, the foundations I'm recommending, they just do a good job of mushing with each other. In fact, let me get some of my tip concealer from Luna, and I'm just going to do a little bit under the eyes, like so. You can see not too much, and we're just going to dap it out and make the under eyes a little bit more brightened. Before we move on to the next step, I'm going to quickly just moisturize my lips because I do feel like they are getting a bit dry, and my favorite lip balm is from Burt's Bees. This is the chai flavor, which is delicious, like a chai latte but in a lip balm. Honestly, if I lost all my lip balms, I would rush out to get my Burt's Bees. I have so many Burt's Bees, it's low-key an issue. I love all their flavors and I just really like the texture of it. I like the smell, the scent, everything about it. I love my Burt's Bees. They are getting a lot more pricier though. I remember when they used to be like $2. Now they're like $6. It's crazy, but they're really good. Now I want to talk about the next step of my makeup routine, which is usually powder and setting. But I do want to talk about one cream product that I would rush out and buy, and this is a cream blush lip eye product. It's like a multi-use, and this is actually the fwee, what is this called? I think it's called Bouncy or like Blurry Tint. I'll write it in the description, but this is the product that was super viral, and it's basically like a squishy kind of marshmallow texture, and I absolutely love it. I thought it was just gonna be one of those like products where, you know, it's super viral because it's cute and has an interesting texture, it's a bit more special, but no, I absolutely love using it. This is in the shade Fave RD04 and I love it. It is so good. This shade, there's just something about it that this kind of reddy brick color, you can see it is just so stunning, and it is really easy to like blend and play with. It has a really fudgy and blurry texture. I just cannot get enough of it. It looks so beautiful on the cheeks and on the lips, and honestly, if I lost all my makeup, this would be a multi-use product for the lips and cheeks, and I would love it. So I just wanted to say, as a precursor, if I was not setting my face, I would absolutely use this cream. And in fact, let's use it right now. You know what? Let's use a little bit. And I do like just using my ring finger because that's the most gentle finger. Tap some on, and it's super pigmented. You'll see you don't need a lot. That a little bit on the nose, and just blend it out. There's also quite a bit of playtime on this product. It doesn't immediately dry down, which I think is really good. And you can see this blends super easily. Look at that. It just gives the cutest flush on the skin, and because it's actually a matte texture, it balances out with the shininess, and I absolutely love it. I just think it's really easy and quick on the go, and it looks really pretty. I just really like this shade. I've been really into a red blush lately. I just think it is so easy to use and it just matches with every look. Now let's powder our face, and the number one powder I would recommend, About Tone. This is my favorite setting powder of all time. This is actually a super matte and blurring powder. It used to come with a little powder puff, but I just never used it, so I chucked it out. And this is a filter in a makeup product. It just makes your skin look so blurry, so pretty, and you can see I've already, like, I haven't hit pan yet, but I'm close, and this product is super affordable as well. I believe it's only around $13. At least when I bought it. Inflation might have gotten to it, but sale season, that's what you need to get. This is so nice, and this is again K-Beauty. This used to be the brand Eclipse, but they rebranded, and I raved about that powder over and over. So this one is no stranger. I would definitely recommend this one. Only thing about this product is that it does have quite a bit of like kickback in the pan, so something I wanna just mention. Look at that, instantly mattified compared to that side, but still brighten. It's not like flat or anything. It's so good. Okay, the next product I'm going to recommend is a big one, and this is actually a face and eye palette. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look of Love in a palette in Pretty Blushed Beauty. I always travel with this product, and this time when I went back to China, no difference. I took this with me, and this is the only product basically I needed. So honestly, you can skip out on a blush, a highlight, a bronzer, and an entire eyeshadow palette with this. And this is actually such a pretty, like, I think, eyeshadow palette look as well. You have some pinks, you have some browns, you have a glitter, you have a shimmer, you have it all. This is an amazing palette. It is so good. The only fault I would say with this is that the setting powder or like the finishing powder is too dark for me, so I actually use these two as a combination and a bronzer product rather than using this as a setting palette and this as a bronzer. So I mix these two, but this is one of the best palettes ever, and if I ran out of all my makeup, this would last me a good amount of time, and I would get so much use out of it because this blush is absolutely stunning. This is such a pretty pink, and you can see it has a little bit of shimmer in it, so it really juices up your skin. But I think highlight of this palette, no pun intended, is actually the highlighter. Look how creamy it looks. It just makes your skin look so flawless, and it's really easy to use. There's something really soft about the powders that makes it easy to blend, and I cannot rave about these enough. I think the matte formula, it's good. It's not super special. It's not like, you know, I have to run out and get it, but it's great to have, and they're staples. But when they have some shimmers in their formula, life-changing. And this glitter, we already know, is my absolute favorite. It is probably one of the prettiest shimmers ever. Like, look at that. It looks wet on the eyes. It is so pretty. Love it. And that's why I was considering earlier even if I should put on my cream blush, because I do love this pink blush as well. And I'm going to just dab the tiniest bit on my cheeks just to show you guys. Like, it's a very soft formula as well, but it gives some shimmer. And we're going to just add a little bit of highlighter on the cheeks. Like, look at that. It's just so pretty. And this is why I love these really, really neutral palettes, because they just work, and you know you can use them all the time. You get a lot of use out of it, and the formula is amazing. Now, I'm not a big bronzer person. I don't really use bronzer that much. So what I'm going to do is just take the same brush I use for my setting powder and dab a little bit of the two large powders and just kind of frame my face ever so slightly. I don't really want to do too much. I'm not a huge person on bronzing my skin. But now what we're going to do, I'm going to take the setting powder and just dab that over the eyes so we have a base to work with, because now we're going to use this for our eyeshadow. I'm going to first take the bronzing shade and just set that across. When you are buying makeup, I do think it's important to consider the occasions you will be wearing makeup. So for example, for me, I love makeup. I wear it any chance I have. I just always opt for some, but most of the time it's for very casual occasions like uni, for work, things like that. I don't always go out and have really boisterous makeup, so having something super neutral works for me, and that's something you need to consider. If you just always wear it for, you know, every day, or if you're wearing it at home or going to like a lot of events and festivals, you might want something that's a little bit more, you know, glittery, colorful, and just personal color preference as well. I'm going to take a little bit of that highlighter and just highlight the inner corners. Look at that, it is so pretty. Now, I do usually go for this glitter shade, but I feel like today's look, I'm happy with the way it is, a little bit more subtle, so we're going to leave it there. But what we're going to do now is take this brush, take the darkest brown shade, and use it for not only the liner, but the brows. Lately, I've also been really into a shadow liner, so this is perfect for me, and I do think it is a really long-lasting powder formula, so it works as an eyeliner. I'm talking from someone who is an absolute eyeliner lover. I don't think you need to necessarily run out and get an eyeliner immediately, especially if you have such a versatile eyeshadow palette. It's just some extra money you can save right off the start. After a while, definitely build up your collection, get an eyeliner, but I think this works. Like, that looks cute in my opinion, and it does the job. It looks really nice. But if you do want an eyeliner, this is a suggestion for you. I have two recommendations. The first one is the Clio Sharp So Simple. This is a gel eyeliner, so it is a little bit more creamy, and it's like a pencil. So let's just look at that. Really pigmented, easy to use, works on a waterline, waterproof, just it's amazing, love it. The second one is a liquid liner. This is from Heroine Make. This is their classic waterproof liner. It is a felt tip and easy to use, super sharp, and I just think these two are the best eyeliners you can ever use. Now that I have it out, I'm going to put some on. See, like, it's super subtle. It looks almost the same as when I just put on the eyeshadow, so I do think it is a step you can save out on. Brows, that's it. It's just the leftover powder from the eyeliner eyeshadow earlier, and I think it's good to go. If you do have very thick and like bushy, untamed eyebrows and you want an eyebrow gel, I do think it is something you can save on. You don't need to spend huge amounts of money on, and the one I've been obsessed with lately is from Pixi. This is just a brow tamer. It's clear, does the job. I think it's a lock in place all day, but I don't necessarily always use a brow gel anymore, just because I don't really find myself getting the maximum benefits out of them. My brows stay in put really well now since I, regularly trim them and pluck them, etc. But this one is a very nice one if you do want a more affordable option and easy to use. Next, I want to talk about mascara. I do think mascara is something you cannot skimp on and you really need a good quality one. But that being said, you don't need something that's super expensive, because my two favorite mascaras are from Peripera and they are around $10 each. They are so amazing. I have them in number 1. This is the long curling, and number 3, clear set. They are fabulous. Now, clear set is actually a primer, so you're meant to use this and then another one on top, but I have been using this individually because it gives the most natural long wispy lashes. Just phenomenal. And long curl, I use it by itself. Like it says, it's long lasting, it's curling, it holds it beautiful. These two mascaras are absolutely amazing. I love Peripera mascaras. I don't think you can go wrong with them, and if I lost all my makeup, this is what I'm running out to get immediately. And if I'm starting out, this is super easy to use as well. I am back with the mascara all completed, and I did wash off my hands, and I don't like applying mascara on camera because I have performance anxiety. I just can't do it. But last step, we're going to talk about lips. From earlier, I mentioned this fwee product and I absolutely love it. Every time I pronounce it, I feel like I'm making a joke. Like, fwee is just such a weird pronunciation, but I do really like this and I absolutely recommend using this on the lips every day. I don't even need a lipstick. I know lipstick is a huge part of my collection and I have so many, but as someone who, let's say, restarting my makeup collection, I don't want to buy a lot of products. So if I have this, I am happy to use it as my only lip product because it is so pretty. You can wear it super light or you can make it go intense. I'll show you guys. And this is with the lip balm on because I want a more moisturizing finish. If I don't want like a moisturizing finish, I want something matte, I'll just wipe off the lip balm. Like, look at that, just a little dab on the center of the lips. It is really pretty, but you can also build it up even more intensely. Look at that, it's just so pretty. This shade, I feel like it really brightens my skin and it just works for every look. It is so pretty, love it. And I do want to mention, if you want to go an extra little something, and I do recommend lip liner, Essence, $2, so good, absolutely amazing. I don't think you need a super amazing lip liner if I'm being honest. You don't need something super high end. It's a treat yourself situation, but any lip liner will do. And these Essence ones are amazing and they're so affordable. We can just line the lips ever so slightly so that it has more shape. And ta-da! We have our makeup look. And if you do want to go to extra mile, you can set your skin. I don't. I just set it once as a priming setting, but when it is super like hot and I've powdered my skin a lot, I do go in and set my skin. But today I don't think it is necessary. And this is my makeup look. I love this. I think it's super everyday friendly and it looks so great in my opinion because throughout the day it will fade really naturally and easily. It doesn't splotch or anything. I hope you guys enjoy this video and the product recommendation because these are some of my tried and true and products I absolutely adore and enjoy using. I just think they are some of the best, and definitely if I just hope it never happens, but if I do lose my makeup, these are the ones I would rush out and get. Oh, let me take out my hair. So yeah, I feel like this is a makeup look that just is super everyday friendly and it's very flattering and easy to go for. Because I was explaining the products and how I would use it, etc., it did take a little bit longer, but normally this is like a 10-minute, 15-minute routine. It is so quick. I just think it is amazing. And yeah, I hope you guys took away something from this video and exploring some new products. But most of these I think all of these, yeah, I have talked about on my channel before, and I've talked about how much I like them. So yeah, that's it for today's video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel, and please let me know down below what you would like to see next from me. I know I haven't been the most consistent with uploading videos, but bear with me, hopefully it will get better. But that's it for today, and I'll see you guys for the next one.